So this is another segment that we have for mathematics videos as we continue to look at Earth geometry. So I'm going to focus now specifically to teach you on how you can calculate the length of any sec of latitude. So the length could be is the same as the circumference. You can also call it as being the perimeter. So it says the point A, B, C, and D are on the surface of the Earth. Take pi to be 3.142 and our radius 3437 in nautical miles. So if you study the diagram here, they have given you the point A and B. They all lie on the same latitude, which is 50 degrees north, and the point C and D lie on the same latitude, which is 70 degrees south. If you notice, B and C are on this longitude, which is 30 degrees east, and A and D lie on the longitude 75 degrees west. Then the first part question there says that find the difference in latitude between point C and B. So they want you to find the difference in latitude between B and C. So remember, I'm going to say the difference in latitude. So the difference in latitude will be B is on the latitude 50 degrees north and C is on the latitude 70 degrees south. If they're on opposite side of the equator, what do? You definitely add. So that would be 50 plus 70 degrees. So that is simply going to give you 120 degrees. So that is the difference in latitude. Remember, if the 2 points are on the same side, maybe north north, south south, you subtract. That's the idea about that. Now let's look at the B part. The B part says calculate the length of the sec of latitude 50 degrees north in nautical mile. So they want us to calculate the length of this latitude 50 degrees north. So what is the length? Remember, the length is the same as the circumference or the perimeter, around that one. That's what you can say. Now the whole idea is that, let me give you some concept that you need to remember. If that is the circle, let's assume this is the circle, which is 50 degrees north. It has a radius which we are going to call small r, not the radius of the Earth. So how do I get the circumference? Remember, circumference, how do I get, maybe let me start, how do I get the radius? So the radius there is simply given by the radius of the Earth and cos of x, and that x is actually the very latitude, 50 degrees there, and that is representing the radius of the Earth. But since I want to know the total length of this line, which is the circumference, or the length, circumference is equal to 2 pi the radius of this circle, the small r, and that small r is given by r cos x. So I want just to combine something so that you can see the formula. So where this r, I'll replace r cos x. So it will be 2 pi. So it is going to be 2 pi. The radius, remember my r will be the radius of the Earth, then cos of x degrees. So that is what we have replaced there, our small r. So now if you want to find the length, then if you want to find the length, which is the same as the circumference, you shouldn't waste your time. Just go directly and remember the formula: 2 pi the radius of the Earth, then cos of x degrees. But that x, in this case, the x is representing the latitude. It is representing the latitude that you want to calculate. In this case, our latitude that we want to calculate is simply 50 degrees. That's the length that we want to find. So the length of the circumference will be given by 2 multiplied by pi. Remember, they gave us 3.142 times the radius of the Earth, which is 3437, multiply, allow me just to clean up that, multiplied by cos of x, which is that 50 degrees. So therefore you just can multiply that. So it is going to be 2 multiplied by 3.142 multiplied by 3437 multiplied by cos 50 degrees there. So what will that give me? It is giving me 13,882.99622. that is in nautical miles. But of course you can round it off to maybe 3 significant figures. So count 1, 2, 3. Look at the number that follows. It's a 9. it's 8, so you can put the 1 there, so it will be 139. But remember, before the decimal point I told you maintain the decimal, maintain the place values by replacing those digits with the 0. So that will be 13,900 in nautical miles. So that is the length that you can have. So please, if you wanted, like I said, what you could have done is, you have seen this value. I just want to show you exactly that it's not different, but this is a formula that you can use to calculate the length of any circle of latitude, so you shouldn't be wasting your time. So what we could have also done, if you wanted, it's okay, but this is the easiest. First of all, you need to calculate the radius of that circle, 50 degrees north. So remember what I said, r is equal to the radius of the earth and cos of x degrees. So r would have been, the radius of the earth is 37 times cos of x, which is equal to 50 degrees. So first of all, find what that value will give you. Let's try to see that. 37 multiplied by cos 50 degrees, it is simply giving me a 2209. Let me just leave it to a whole number. That is in nautical miles. Then once you do that, you can come and apply now circumference is equal to 2 pi r. So you can say 2 times my pi, 3.142, and the radius we have calculated, it's here, which is 2209. So when you calculate that, 2 multiplied by 3.142 multiplied by multiplied by 2209 there, it is going to give you 13881. That's to a whole number in nautical miles. Remember, when you if you round off this one to 3 significant figures, it will be 13900 in nautical miles. So it's the same. So just go direct by applying this formula if you want to find the length of any circle of latitude. So that's basically what we do. Let's conclude with our last one, which is the C part. There says find the distance AD in nautical miles. So we want to find the distance AD in nautical miles. So remember, AD is along the longitude. What did we say? How do you find the distance AD along the longitude? Theta over 360 degrees multiplied by 2 pi, the radius of the earth. Remember that theta, when you're calculating distance along the longitude, is representing the difference in latitude. So that's the difference in latitude, because A and B are lying on different latitude but on the same longitude. So therefore theta, A is on the latitude 50 degrees north, D is on 70 degrees south. So therefore it will be 50 plus, so that is going to be 50 plus 70, which we got as 120. So we are going to say 120 over 360 multiplied by 2 times our pi, 3.142, times our radius. Remember, in nautical miles, 37, because the answer, they want us to give the distance in nautical miles. So you can please replace that on your calculator. Let's try to compute that. It is 120 over 360 multiplied by 2 by 3.142 multiplied by 37. So what is that giving me? It is giving me 7199.37. Now that one, like I said, is a bit difficult. You can leave it to 2 decimal places, so it will be 7200 in nautical miles. Now remember what I told you. If I told you are calculating distance in nautical miles, you can also use the simplest formula. The distance between AD is equal to, remember what we said, it is simply theta multiplied by 60 degrees. That is what we said in nautical miles. So theta is that angle that we got the difference in latitude. So that is going to be 120 multiplied by 60. This is going to be in nautical miles. If you calculate that, 120 multiplied by 60, that is going to give you directly 7,200 nautical miles. So you can see this and that is just the same. As long as it is in nautical miles, you can try to apply that formula. Well, thank you so much for watching my videos. If you like what I'm doing, please, you can hit that subscribe button and also you can place the like button as well. Thank you so much for watching. Watch out for more videos as we try to help you.